What's going on, guys? Welcome back to BlackTideTV. Today we're taking a break from first look camos and we're going to do a problematic camo on getting your headshot camos with the 205 Brecci or the 205 Brecci. I don't know how to say that. I'm just going to call it the Breck from now on, and that's basically what we're going to do in this video. It's pretty short. It's just a couple quick tips that you may or may not be already using, something that you might be doing that you don't even know that you're doing, and now you can actually focus on doing that specific thing. So the very first thing we're going to talk about is attachments. You should be using some very specific attachments on this weapon if you're looking to get headshots. You do not need an optic at all. Never ever run an optic on this thing. That's a complete waste of an attachment for any kind of shotgun. Maybe the Argus is an exception. You could use an optic on that because it has very long range, but with the Breck, you definitely don't need any attachments for your optic. What you're going to want to use is some of the higher up attachments. So you're not going to want to prestige this weapon right away if you're going for camos on it. You're going to want the long barrel attachment. This one is absolutely amazing for the Breck because you can get very, very long shots with the Breck once you have a long barrel on there. This thing has crazy long range once you get that attachment on, and you are not going to want to give up that attachment at any time once you put it on. So you're going to want the long barrel attachment. You're going to want rapid fire because this thing is a single shot and it takes at least 2 shots to kill. It's going to take a while to get those kills, and it has a long intermittent time between firing another shot. So the rapid fire is going to take that down by, like, it fires like 6% faster or something like that. So even that little tiny boost of 6% is going to make your life so much easier. The last thing you're going to want is quick draw because as you'll learn in a couple seconds, you're always going to want to ADS when you're trying to get your headshot kills. So that's the very first thing we're going to talk about is always ADS. Now, some of my tips, including this one, are going to contradict each other, and that would be because you're not always going to want to ADS. Now, if you're going for a headshot, if you have somebody, if you're shooting someone in the back, if you see someone from a little bit of a distance away, always ADS. It's going to tighten up your hip fire cone, and you're going to be able to hit more pellets on the target and get more damage onto them, and you're going to be more accurate, obviously. So you're always going to want to ADS unless you're at extremely close quarters and you're doing some very close quarter combat where you run around a corner and there's a guy right there. Don't bother ADSing because by the time you ADS, you're not going to be aiming at them. They're going to be moved out of the way, and you're not going to be as accurate as you would be if you just hip fired. If there's somebody that close range that you're panicking to kill them, just kill them. Don't worry about getting the headshot right now. Just worry about your headshots at a different time. Now, the second tip that I have for you guys is always play stealthy, but here's the contradiction: never use a suppressor. So the suppressor is extremely bad on this gun, and you do not want to be using that thing. That can take your 2-shot kill down to a 3-shot kill, and that can be extremely bad when you're using this weapon, especially when you're trying to get these headshot kills, and you can get 1 shot on your guy or 2 shots on your guy, and he'll turn around and still waste you before you even have the time to react. So that's a very bad thing. You do not want to be doing that. So never ever run a suppressor, but always play stealthy. You'll see in this gameplay I keep running around. Now, one thing I should note about the gameplay is that this is not a good gameplay. This is a very bad gameplay, but I get like 8 headshots, so you can't expect to be getting like a 9 KD ratio and still be getting all your headshots with this gun. This is a bad gun. I'm not going to lie to you guys. This is one of the worst guns in the game, and you're going to be having a painful time when you're trying to do this, but it's just something you got to get used to when you're trying to get these headshot camos. Now, next is never waste an enemy with their back turned. If there's an enemy with their back turned, it doesn't matter if someone else is going to kill you. That guy is going to be the easiest guy to get a headshot on. So run up and shoot him in the head. Don't worry about the other guy that's looking at you if he's too far away. Run up and shoot the guy with his back turned. Always go for enemies that are unaware of your position, and you can get easy headshots on them. Now, you're always going to want to fire 2 shots minimum. Even headshots with this gun take 2 shots. You can't be at point blank shooting all of your pellets into their head and get 2-shot kill. It's impossible. This weapon sucks that bad. You're going to have to get a 2-shot kill at least. So you're going to just go ahead and start spamming that trigger. If you're not sure, fire 3 shots at an enemy. Kind of aim for their neck. If you're shooting at somebody that's shooting back at you, kind of aim at their neck or their upper chest, and then by the time you get your 2nd shot out, your gun will have kicked up enough to get a headshot. Whereas if you're aiming at an enemy with their back turned, an unaware enemy, aim just above their head. and the pellet spread, because it's still such an inaccurate weapon, the pellet spread will go down as well as up, and 2 shots if you're aiming just above their head will get you a 2-shot kill headshot, whereas if you're shooting at somebody that's shooting back at you, shoot towards their chest or their neck and your recoil will bump up and you'll get a headshot. That's it for this video. I just wanted to give you guys a couple tips, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.